Hello there, Dr. Bill Crawford here, psychologist, speaker, author of 7 books, host of 2 PBS specials. Here again to bring you another tip on how to help you create the life you want, how to bring more clarity, confidence, creativity into everything you do. This is the second installment in my series on what makes a great solution. I got these from Duke Rohe, a gentleman over at MD Anderson. Excellent stuff. The first one talked about one component of great solutions is that they take a significant bite out of the problem by identifying and addressing the true cause. Again, versus putting a Band-Aid on some symptom, they look at the true cause. That's really important. Feel free to check out that video if you like. This second one is very interesting. According to Duke, he says, which I agree by the way, that great solutions include acceptance as part of the solution. Now that's hard, because when we have a great solution, when we think we have a great solution, we're not looking to accept that part of it needs to be changed or part of it needs to be adapted to somebody else's perspective. And yet, if we don't include acceptance as part of the solution, we create this rigid perspective that it's hard for people to get behind. It's hard for people to support because it may not have something in there for them. They may not agree with the complete solution. In my Life from the Top of the Mind model, the component that addresses this is called the wisdom of serenity. And it comes from the Serenity prayer. Now, when I talk about the Serenity prayer, everybody starts nodding their heads. Oh yes, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, have the courage to change the things I can, the wisdom to know the difference. A wonderful prayer. And yet I think a lot of people see that as a plea for serenity. If I do this, and I do this, and I do this, I get serenity. But that's not how the prayer goes. It says, God, grant me the serenity to first accept the things I cannot change. In other words, according to the prayer, serenity is the precursor to acceptance, courage, wisdom, and change. I think when we're creating solutions and we want them to be great solutions, we want to have that courage, wisdom, and change component in there. What if we are missing the component of acceptance? Because when you got one person or another person or one group of people or another group of people basically saying I'm right and nothing of what you say has value, you get gridlock. You get stalemate. You get what's unfortunately been the case with the U.S. Congress relatively recently. They just argue about who's right and nothing gets done. There are no solutions being put into place because of this ideological argument where acceptance is not part of the solution. If you look at how the Congress has worked, and frankly how all relationships work, you'll recognize that there's a component of, okay, I see this is important to you, I know this is important to me, let's see what we can accept around this so that a solution can move forward. And a solution that we both support. Because when you ram a solution down somebody's throat, they get resistant, they get resentful. And not only do they not support the solution, they may actually look to sabotage the solution. You may create what I call an ambassador of doom who goes through your family or your organization, basically trashing your solution. So one of the things I always encourage people to do when you're talking to someone, when you're trying to come to some sort of agreement with another person, another group, ask yourself the question, what's important to them here? And okay, how can I accept part of that, build that into the solution so that they can get behind the solution and support it? When people come together and share what's important to them in a way where acceptance is part of the solution, you create what Stephen Covey calls the third alternative. The third alternative is a combination of what's important to me and what's important to this other person or group. And in doing so, we're able to create great solutions because, frankly, it brings in the wisdom of more people involved. Not only does it make the going forward more easily, because now people have a component of that solution that they can support, it allows them to talk about what's important. We may not have even thought about that. We go, oh yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Why don't we blend that in? So what I'm going to encourage you to do is you begin to look at how you are creating solutions with members of your family, members of your organization, your spouse. I'm going to encourage you to look in and see how maybe acceptance can be a bigger part of that and how that component will allow you and those you're creating solutions with to move forward in a more powerful, meaningful way. I hope you're enjoying these videos. As you know, I'm having a wonderful time bringing them to you. This is a series that I've gotten from Duke Rohe at MD Anderson. I'm going to bringing you another one next week. But if this is valuable, please hit the like button and share this with your friends. You know how all the social media pay a lot of attention to when you like it and when you share it. And if you have questions or comments, please put them below. I love to read your comments. If you have a question, I will do my best to answer it. I really would like to engage you as much as possible, so feel free to do that. That's not a bother to me. I take it as a compliment, so feel free to post anything you feel is meaningful, and I will give you my best thoughts on that. In the meantime, here's to you bringing more clarity, confidence, creativity to all your solutions, making them great solutions, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.